Hey everybody, AFrame Daydream, Ed and Mitzi here.
Anyways, Happy New Year's,
Happy New
guys.
Year. Happy
Um,
New Year.
here it is.
2022. We
Yeah,
made it, guys. We
we
made it.
we made it to 2022 of all things. Anyways, here it is, January 2nd,
Yeah.
and it's freezing finally.
Yeah, we finally got some snow. Yeah, that was just not unexpected, just a
Yeah,
little on the tardy. So here it is, and it's white outside, and we're going to stay inside because, yeah,
it's gonna be negative
it's
temperatures
going to be
tomorrow.
really
So,
cold tonight, tomorrow.
anyways, what actually have we been up to,
I
dear?
don't know. I haven't been up to much.
No, we really haven't been up to too much. We spent Christmas enjoying time and New Year, not doing too much on New Year. Yeah,
Played some
guilty.
games.
Went to
Played some
bed about
games.
9:30.
Went to bed early on New Year's Eve. We so didn't make it to
No.
midnight. We were
But
just tired. And
we did get one thing taken care of on New Year's Eve, which was we needed to get a repair done on our garage because we were having a little leak. So that's fixed and taken care of. But we do have some upcoming repairs that we're going to be doing to our house just because it's some stuff that we've been working on in the past.
it's a project that's been in progress for way longer than it should.
Yeah, for about, what, 4 years?
A couple of years,
5 years?
easily 3 or
6?
more. 3 or more years. It started out as an upgrade to our bar, which
Yeah.
basically allowed us to have a little bit of space behind the bar instead of only a little bit of space in front of it. We were using it as a glorified closet, and it had little funky swinging doors, I think probably from the early 70s. And yeah, it needed some serious updating.
Oh, yeah.
And in the process of making the bar beautiful, we came to the conclusion that the rest of the living room needed to be completed as well. So the wall directly behind me that you can't see because we're somewhere that's not here.
Yeah, supposedly.
Anyway, the wall that's technically behind me is actually done. We did it first because we hung a big TV on that wall. And then we started work on the bar itself. And that took an awful lot of time, a little bit of money, and some odd creativity on my part by just scouring sites of people that had done some interesting marbling on wood.
Yeah.
It looks like I have a marble bar when really it's just really cool painted plywood. So
Yep. Turned out really nice.
not going to fully share how to, but we'll probably throw some pictures out there at some point in time just so you can grasp where we're going with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the rest of the walls need to be completed. We got started in the middle of it, and we had a minor water leak, and that kind of knocked the wind completely out of my sails. I came to the conclusion of I'm not going to do any more work on these walls until I know the walls don't have any leaks getting in here, making me have to start over in sections. So once we get a good chunk of what's already done, I just need to get the texture on it.
Yeah.
We can get the bit of drywall that we need to replace what got damaged and get that put in. The couple of pieces that we just had like tossed our arms up, do we want to add it, do we want to leave it, how do we want to do this? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do it. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of time. We'll probably end up needing like 2 full sheets of drywall to complete what we're doing. And that's
Yeah.
probably all. I mean, the rest of it's basically done. We knew we needed some more drywall anyway, but it was just a matter of waiting until we got to the point of knowing that we didn't have any more water damage coming. So now that we know that's a done deal, we'll cut out the bad, we'll assess, we'll probably come to the same conclusion that 2 sheets is going to do us, and get jamming on it.
Yeah.
So since the house is already pretty much torn apart, which is why we have a green screen in the first place, we basically we'll get some of the destruction handled and maybe, you know, show off our beautiful work.
Yeah, we'll show
It'll,
things
it'll
off.
be a while. It'll
later.
be a while. Right now
Yeah.
ain't the time, so don't
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah, don't ask.
Don't ask.
But anyways, guys, we did want to create a video going over, since we bought the A-Frame trailer, some of our top 10 favorite accessories that we have purchased. Now, once again, I do say purchased. We don't get sponsorships from anybody. We're not looking for that right now. But we do want to start off, and you want to start off with one of the first ones? Or the second one? Whatever you want to do?
I'm going to pick my favorite, and it's not in order. So
Oh, wow.
I'm going to go.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm going to screw you up right out the gate. I really like the Fireball. Some friends of ours had a Fireball
Yes.
as well. It's the Outland Fireball. And they brought it out to a camp trip where we literally were at a get-together. There were a lot of people. The fire smoke was terrible. We kind of dipped out of the main group and went to our own little quiet corner of the woods and had this beautiful fire. And ever since then, we were on the lookout for one of these. We got one.
Yep.
We waited for it to go on sale. It finally went on sale. We got our hands on it. We waited forever to even use it. When we finally decided to use it, we're like, why haven't we been using this all summer? Because it's a nice bit of heat. It's definitely just the perfect ambiance and in places where open fires are not allowed. If it is in a controlled environment, which in that case it would very much have been in a controlled environment, you can have propane fireballs, whereas you can't have an open fire in a lot of places that we like to go camping.
Oh, yeah.
The whole west side of the United States ends up in fire danger, and we just pretty much pout a little because no fire. Well, we don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So,
same way here in Illinois. You know, when it's dry here, and at night when it gets kind of that coolness, we can still use it and not have an issue. But
or inclement weather. Inclement weather is a perfect one.
Yeah.
We had a couple of trips this summer where it was like off and on raining, but it wasn't ever raining hard. So it's the situation of, oh, I want to have a fire right now while I stand outside and look at the stars or have a smoke or whatever. Just go outside for just a few minutes to get out of the camper because it's been mildly crappy. You pull your fire pit out from underneath your shade canopy. You light the thing. It's warm right now.
Yep.
You don't have to play kindling. You don't have to hunt for firewood. And when you're done, you go, oh, we're done. Turn it off, and you go inside. So for the convenience, it's a super cool addition to our camping arsenal.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the next. I'll give you the next one.
Well, along with while I'm talking about these, of course, you're going to see these down somewhere along the page or pictures. We're just going to take some stock photos and put them on the video where we're talking about them. But also you'll find the links in the descriptions down below on Amazon. I'm going to go with the Beach Lane levelers. Them have been really great levelers, really compared to the Andersons. We love them things to death. When I actually thought I was buying just one, I actually got two, which doesn't hurt the whole case because you never know. I might break one in the process, and we got that spare one. So
I think they sell them as a set of two.
Yeah, and I thought I was buying
just
one.
assuming that you might have a double axle, and I think that's really decent of them. And I mean, for the price,
they're worth it.
Even if we paid for two, we still got a heck of a good deal on them. So
yeah.
I mean, we've used both of them. We don't have a favorite one that we use. You know, we just grab one and level as needed.
Yeah, they're a lot easier than...
They're super, super easy.
Carrying all that extra wood with you. I hate to say it, but I know there's a lot of places where wood is the essential thing. But most of the places where we camp, it seems to work out. The levelers have been really great for us because they usually go up to about 4 inches. You can do your adjustment on leveling, so and you're pretty much good to go.
We've had to take it pretty high before.
Yeah.
We've had to get creative in our camper location due to making a reservation completely without knowing anything about the campground and getting there and going, this is interesting.
Yes.
We had one I remember on our big road trip that was, it had a really weird double fall line, so we ended up literally going in there at such the strangest angle, but we had a great view, so
Yeah, it worked
it
out.
didn't matter. But the levelers made it 100% more doable, along with the Levelmate Pro. So those two as a matched set really is that's
Yeah, them
super
are two
key.
things that we love
That's
the
super
most.
key for getting set up quick.
Yeah, and the Levelmate Pro is pretty much on our list too. And of course, we don't really have no order what ones we like the most. But yeah, the Levelmate Pro, we just love the easiness and the functionality of it. There's a little setup at the beginning. I kind of went over that in one of the other videos before, but it's now pretty much open the bay door, turn it on, open up the app on the phone, and then drive up onto the beach lane leveler. You know, it's either pull forward or go backwards. Get leveled up there, boom, you're good to go. Get unhitched and set your height.
And then when you're done setting your hitch height,
Yep.
as you're
good
doing
to go.
as you're doing your overall stabilizing,
Mm-hmm.
if there's any little tweaks that you need to do, you can see to do those little tweaks at the stabilizer level. So it's pretty cool to be able to use that and it's quick and easy. There's a little bit of a delay, isn't there? Just like a minor.
Well, minor delay. I'd say
It's
like
not-
about a 1.5 second delay, but
But it's not
you know,
real bad.
And that's something I give the wife. You know, I let her take care of putting the beach lane levelers there, while I get the Levelmate Pro set up, and then we're set up and ready to go. So you want to go ahead and grab the next one that we like? What do you want?
Oh, let's see. We're gonna go backwards, far backwards in time. Something we picked up quite some time ago. We picked up a carpet mat, and it's super duper lightweight. I think it's
Yes.
probably made out of some sort of recycled plastic of some kind, but
Seems to
you
be.
can wash it. It's light. It flops out and folds up really super easy. It's great for those, just having any kind of rug, particularly out here. I've discovered specifically out here, there's a lot of various ground bugs, chiggers and gnats, and just about anything that's an ankle biter. That seems to put a huge damper in their reality. So you don't get eaten alive if you're just sitting out in front of your camper if you throw. And they come in really small to absolutely ridiculously huge. So the one we have is
Like a
not
6x8
giant.
or something
Ours
or
isn't
something
giant, but
weird?
like I said, we got it. It went back in time to our previous camper, so
Yeah.
it's got some miles on it. I'm not going to say that it's in the best of shape, but it's still in
About
it's
3
still
years
in great
old
shape.
now.
It's at least that old. It's
Yeah.
probably 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely it's a must-have of our stuff.
Yes. Another thing that we actually do really like was getting another product was called the Combi Locks.
Oh,
This
goodness, yes.
made it so much easier for her to get into the bays because we had one key.
We had one bay key.
And it seemed like
And
it
it
was
was-
only this one key would work, and when
And,
all the
and it wouldn't work.
keys,
And it wouldn't work for me most of the time. I'd
and they're
say
all
I tried.
that CH751 key, and every CH751 key I've gotten, they'll sometimes work in that key and stuff in that lock, and we said we're done with it. We're just done with it.
So yeah, all of those little compartment locks
Yeah, they're changed.
have been swapped with combination locks. Therefore, a key is not a necessity
Yep.
to get into those bays.
Yeah.
It it makes life so much simpler. You don't if you don't want to keep your camp super secure, you can just literally turn the locks and they'll shut. However, and again, as I say, if you don't want to keep your camp real secure, you end up leaving your combination
Exposed, of course.
exposed if you do that. If you're camping by yourself, then, who cares?
Yeah, and it's somebody's private property. Yeah, you're
But
gonna be
yeah,
fine there.
so essentially, I mean, and you can go in as you're setting these things up. You set your own combination, so it's not like you have to figure out some random wild combination of stuff. You set them as you're installing them.
Yeah, you can set them all the same.
Or you can set them very
different. Hey,
differently.
you want your front bays to be different than your back bays? You're good to go. You just got to remember them numbers. It's easier to remember numbers than to get the key out. And in our case, with the one key that we had that actually really worked well was on my keychain in the truck, and we need to get the beach lane levelers and also turn on that Levelmate Pro, which was inside the bay. So,
Yeah,
Combi Locks for the win.
For the win, for sure. For the win.
Yeah, so what else do we have here? That
I'm going to throw out, this summer, in an amazingly hot summer,
Oh, yeah.
we decided to pick up some Reflectix. We did a video on the Reflectix. We also have some additional ideas to run with the Reflectix, but that stuff made a huge difference in the temperature of my camper, even when it wasn't fitted well.
Yes.
So even if you have enough money to cover a couple of your windows, and that's for any sort of camper, if you need to, cover side windows of a truck shell or something like that, this stuff is magical. It works super, super well. By somebody's suggestion, they suggested painting it white, then you still get all of that reflective. Others have stated that they put lightweight fabric on it.
Yeah.
So depending on how or where you want to put it, and depending on the types of windows you're dealing with, is really honestly where that kind of comes in play. We have it for our bubble windows, and those bubble windows get really frosty, and it's from the sun. It's from the
that's from
sun,
the
the
outside.
dirt. If we're reflecting a lot of light back at it, then we're doing the same thing on the inside.
So that's why
we want to cover the inside as well. We'll still get a good chunk of reflection. We'll still get all that insulation, because it's like bubble wrap in between two pieces of tin foil. And that's the best way I can describe this stuff. It's like great insulation. So look it up. It's called Reflectix. The stuff is awesome.
Yeah.
It really is awesome.
But, I'm going to move on to
Your goodies.
my goodie, and my number one goodie. I'm actually going to say that I love the most, that's helped us out while driving down the road, is that Halo View backup camera. That thing has been a lifesaver in a few different scenarios. There's been one point in time where I had gotten pretty close to a tree or a rock, and I wouldn't have seen it, but I caught it off the camera. Just passing people in general.
Passing people, it's so much better because you can see exactly what's going on behind you.
Oh yeah, I see everything. It's better.
I actually found it kind of mesmerizing and amusing while we were driving. It's real strange to watch it in a rainstorm or at dusk.
Yeah, at dusk.
Dawn.
And
We've seen it in many a configuration, and it's interesting because of the infrared technology and whatnot. But still, I mean, just general daylight, it's like your rear view mirror, but better, because it's behind you, way behind you.
One of the best safety devices for me. Yeah, I could have gotten any extended mirrors, but I'm not going to see exactly what's behind me, right on my bumper. What happens if it's a motorcycle? That I can see on this. So, and usually when it's passing somebody, I think I usually count like about two to three passing lines, and that's a pretty good judgment. I know they're going to be sufficient enough behind me so I can get into that lane and let traffic continue on. And also works out great for when we're backing up, getting ready to set up. I can kind of watch her in the mirror, see where she's at, so she can wind up holding up her hand to tell me when to stop. We really don't use the audio on it too much. We either tend to use...
Because of the delay on it.
Yeah, that's where the delay is.
There's another little bit of a delay on that thing too, so...
But that's where we use the handheld radios. That makes it so much easier to do that.
Handheld radios, or sometimes we just holler. Hand signals are effective. So, I'll go this way, or go this way, or stop, or, slow down.
It's not like I'm whipping in there really fast.
It's not like he's driving really fast.
But
I mean, we just had to do the backing the camper into the garage, and backing the camper into the garage is sort of a nerve-wracking thing because it's only been done twice ever.
Yeah.
So, and it fits, but it's yeah.
I would really like to avoid doing it again if I could.
Yeah,
but we'll see how that works out.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's nerve-wracking. We're both just like sitting there sweating and going, okay, how am I doing? And he'll hop out and he'll look. And how am I doing? And you're doing all right, but swing this way a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, and we actually got it set in there better this year than we did
have
last year.
We have more wiggling room now
for the dog.
Yeah.
But she kind of gets upset that it's in the garage. She goes past it and sniffs at the power plug. Why the power plug? We don't know, but I think I kind of got an idea because usually that's the first thing that gets hooked up so that we can raise that roof so she can get in
it. She knows the order of
Yes.
things, so like she knows when she has to kind of just be quiet and stay out of the way, and she knows that it takes a few minutes for us to get it leveled and actually set up. And as soon as the walls and the ceiling are locked in place and we've got the curtains in place, it's generally the dog and the mom go in the camper and get the rest of the insides of the camper reasonably livable.
And then after that, it's pretty much the dog's domain then.
Yeah, then you have to keep her off of our bed, which was part of the reasons behind the curtains in the first place.
Yeah.
If we leave them open on accident, we almost always catch her on our bed. So
yeah.
Anyways, it is what it is.
What else do you like? We got a couple things left.
Couple more left.
I think there's about like two more.
Yep. It looks like one of my picks would be the step mats.
Oh yes.
Those were super cool. Those were an early on purchase. We found somebody else had posted them on their site.
Yeah.
And on their channel, and we thought, oh, those are cool. And at the time, we looked at our stairs and went, oh, those are ugly. So since we put them on, it's nice and cushy to step on. It gives you something to wipe the junk off your shoes with, because they're like, I don't know, they're like loofahs for your feet.
Yeah, it's that woven rubber material.
They're like loofahs.
Yeah, they're.
But anyways, yeah, so they're
to
nice
walk
and
out.
squishy, and they're nice to walk on. They because of them being raised and kind of weird, the rain just kind of pretty much doesn't pose any kind of problem. So if you step out in a rainstorm and it's pouring, you're not going to go flying because your stairs are soaked.
Yeah.
Because they're rubberized and they kind of displace all the water anyway. And the dog approves of them, and she really hated those stairs initially until we put those covers on there, and she just like jumps right up in there and jumps right back out. We had built her a step to get into the truck. We thought she needed that particularly, but we just need to kind of guide her to the steps, and she's great.
Yeah.
She doesn't need the big step, so we don't have to we don't have to do anything special for her now on the RV steps, which
I'm gonna
is bonus.
say she gives that 2 paws up. So, and yeah, I would say, and anything to have your pet to be able to go up the steps easier
Oh,
and
yeah.
softer on their pads, do it. You know, you're helping them along with
Traction.
yourself.
It's traction
So-
too. I mean, it's not slippery. It's soft. It's a good way to get like I said, getting the junk off your shoes.
Yeah.
And you can just spray them off.
Oh yeah.
You can leave them on permanently. You can take them off and just spray them off. You can spray them off while they're on there.
We leave them on.
They're
We
just
travel with them
held on
on.
by a little spring clip.
Yep.
And they stay very well. Ours have already showed sign of fading, but I don't really care because the more they fade, the more they match my camper.
Yeah. Well, anyways, the one of the last ones that we have here, we just did a video on it. It's the hitch clamp that takes the rattle out of that hitch. So if you haven't gotten a chance, watch that video. But we do have one extra bonus item that we would like to talk about. It is the old 4x4 wooden blocks, and we added some handles to them. Makes it so much easier. You can pick up two in one hand, 2 in the other, get around and put them wooden chocks out so that you can prevent your RV or A-frame from rolling away.
We don't use them as chocks, though. We use them for underneath our stabilizers.
But right now, it's being used
honestly,
as a chalk.
Yeah, it's being used as a chalk right now in our garage, so it doesn't move.
Yeah, and you can always, if you don't, want to buy the plastic chalks, you can always create a set of wooden ones.
Yeah.
So, and what they actually are is they're 4x4 posts, and we use them on the stabilizers, and they got pretty much 2 handles on them that I made out of some ratchet straps. I just cut the ends off, burnt the ends. Well, I cut, I don't know, maybe I think it was about a foot. So it's a nice big handle to grab on. Get them in and out of the truck easy so that we can get set up quicker. Before, when we first started, we were giving them blocks.
Yeah.
And then it was carrying one in each hand. So it was a pain more than anything else.
Yeah. So it does take some of the hassle
Yeah.
out. It just makes them easier to schlep around where you need them.
But anyways, that completes our top 10 favorite RV accessories that we have bought. Well,
10 plus.
yeah, since then.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we're going to have, and I know we have some new accessories that we have purchased that we're going to try out this year. And we will talk about them a lot more.
You missed one.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
What did I miss?
You missed the surge protector.
Oh my good night.
We talked about plugging in the camper, and
Wow.
yeah, he forgot the surge protector.
Oh my
so
gosh, guys.
Don't
Yes.
forget that either.
That's the first thing you should be doing when you go to plug in surge protection for your RV. Because the last thing you want to replace is the whole box in the RV, that WIFCO box in our cases. That's that power inverter box. But yeah, we use a power watchdog. We don't use the high-end model. We use that little step-down one. It's the 30 amp. Am I kicking myself in the butt and wish I would have gotten the other one? No, because not yet, because I know I have some RV surge protection when I'm going to camp, because that's the first thing I do when we go to the campgrounds. I plug that surge protector in, turn the breaker on, see if it's good. If it's good, turn the breaker off, plug the RV into that surge outlet, turn it right back on, we're good to camp. Because the last thing I want to find out is I plugged in and then fried stuff in our RV. So actually,
we went to one campground either last year or the year before.
yes.
And we pulled up and we looked, and yeah, it had 30 amp,
my
but
gosh.
but there were a large number of spiders, and the outlet itself was broken, so we just moved to another site.
Yeah, it was broken. Then we went to the next one. It had some burn marks on it. I didn't feel comfortable about that. At least this place said, hey, find a
find
spot
a
and you're
spot
good
you
to
like.
camp.
Yeah, so it wasn't
So-
like you were registered to camp. You were just
Okay,
registered
baby?
to camp. So it
All
worked
right.
out.
Well, guys, we're going to attend to the dog. She just had a little coughing episode there. But anyways, guys, we're going to get going here. Once again, we wish you guys a Happy New Year's. If
Happy
you
New Year.
Yes, if you could, please like this video, subscribe to our channel. Got anything you'd like to ask us about on some of the
Throw
products?
down some comments.
Throw down some comments.
Throw
We'll be
down,
more than happy
throw
to
down
answer
a
them.
notification too if you really want to catch up with us. We'll be throwing stuff out there. It is a matter of when we have some time.
Yes, and speaking of time, we're not trying to divide off on putting out videos. We do want to, like we said at the beginning, we do want to get some things taken care of in our house. So that is going to require some time for us to move the green screen, the studio lights, the tripod, this, that, and other that we do stuff with to make videos happen. So we will be checking in time after time. Hopefully we can get some outside time when it's not freezing. We look
Or
like we're going to
lower.
have some of them temperatures coming up where it's maybe about 30 degrees, no minus 11. So, but anyways, guys, I am really starting to sweat in here. The heat has kicked on in our house. We're going to close this out. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, guys,
Peace.
have a good one.
Have a good one.
Later.